The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down.
Okay, my sister had asked me on Facebook, does your little tent have a fly? And I said, yes, I only put it up when it's about to rain though. Or I get up at 2:30 in the morning and put it up while it is raining. Nothing as peaceful as the pitter-patter of rain on a tent fly, which is what I'm sitting here listening to right now. I don't know what it is about the Midwest and rain. We get all of our corn, soybeans, a lot of wheat, oats, barley, stuff like that from this area. And if it wasn't for all the rain, we wouldn't, America wouldn't be quite the land of plenty that it is. Okay, I'm still in camp. It's stopped raining. I'm packing up right now. I just got some really good news. I was looking at the list that Scott laid out for me, and I was like, oh man, I'm already a day behind. Actually, he had me coming to Schuyler. And so I'm right on schedule, which you wouldn't believe how unbelievably happy that makes me. I was thinking, wow, I just did not get it. But 44 miles, I wasn't going to get that anyway. That's a marathon and a half with a backpack. But I've got a 17-mile day today, and as long as it stopped raining. We're not supposed to be getting rain till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then heavy thunderstorms. If I can get to Columbus, depending on the weather, I may just grab a hotel if there's any good ones or something, and see, if I can not get my feet wet in a big, massive thunderstorm. It was a good night, a little noisy and everything, and it's windy as heck today. I've taped my feet up, and so, maybe they'll survive a little better. Let me show you this. And so, anyhow, no more gross foot videos. I think I posted a couple of my blisters on yesterday's video, but I knew it was going to be tough this summer. I've taken 2-week-long backpack trips before into the Pecos Wilderness, but a lot of times those would involve hiking 5 or 6 hours, and then fishing and goofing off and playing, doing some photography, or just taking little side trips without backpacks and stuff like that. This is tough, having to hike every single day with the backpack. And you get I don't know, I think at some point exhaustion sets in. That and the fact that I'm an old man now. I've been really feeling 60 years old. And I turned 61 here in 3 weeks, so, I will have completed one more lap around our local stellar body, so that'll, I don't know what that makes me old, but anyhow, it's looking like a good day. There's lots of cottonwood fluff in the air, and I'm gonna pull up here in a second. Thought for the day. If I don't get it popped out there, this day's by Zoe, one of my physics students, and she gave me a thought, and I need to read it, and so I've got to get into whatever electronic means she sent that to me. I think it was email or something, and find the thought. But anyhow, it's a gorgeous day. Okay, I'm walking along here, and it's about to rain, so of course you know what I'm thinking about: mathematics. And so this ground is just flat. And I know a geographical plane and a geometry plane are not spelled the same and are not necessarily the same thing. But the concept here, of flatness and everything is real interesting. We tend to think about planes as being like a tabletop or something nice and flat. But to be honest with you, if you want to have a really interesting look, you can look into the three main types of geometry, which would be Euclidean. That's what you were probably taught in school. Lobachevskian, which goes a little step beyond that and was not what you were probably taught in school unless you were going to college and majoring in math. And then Riemannian geometry, which is sure not what you were taught in school. And there's a lot of stuff made about, mathematics doesn't necessarily have to reflect the reality. And no, it doesn't. Mathematicians don't insist on that. That's one of the reasons why we're a little more irrelevant than everybody thinks we are. But the concept of flatness comes from some properties of the plane. We don't actually ever define what a plane is in geometry. That's just one of those words that, how we use it, and I'm getting rained on, how we use it will make it clear as to, what we're talking about with it. And so in Euclidean geometry, we have the parallel postulate, which says, given a line and a plane and a point in that same plane, there exists only one line through that point that is parallel to the original line. And if you put that constraint on everything, that pretty much means that planes are going to have a property of flatness. With Lobachevskian, they say, given a line L in a plane and a point P in the plane, there exists at least two lines through point P that are parallel to L. And all of a sudden now the property of flatness vanishes. That you end up with like hyperbolic saddles and other various manifolds and stuff that can be planes. And then Riemannian geometry says given a point P in a plane, a line L in a plane, there exists no lines through point P that are parallel to L, which gives planes a property of sphericalness. In other words, all lines have to be great circles of spheres. And so planes are basically just spheres. And you say, wow, that's useless. Not really. Because when we start looking at the universe, this gives us three different geometries we can apply to the universe. And look at whether, we have an open universe that's just expanding forever, or a universe that's going to expand out, hit a certain point, and then collapse back in, a closed universe. Or we have one that'll go out and just kind of grind to a halt, which would be a static universe. And so, these three geometries do give us three different ways of looking and analyzing the reality that we see while we're doing astronomy and stuff like that. And so, I'm loving hiking on this dirt road. I've got 6 miles to go on it. See, way down there. But anyway, I'm not loving the fact that every time a vehicle passes me, I get a face full of dirt. And with the rain, that's getting a little annoying. But I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to hike on. I'm still trudging past tons and tons of cornfield. They look pretty and green, but they go on for miles. I never did this morning finish and say what Zoe's saying was. Hers was, perseverance is putting one foot in front of the other, even if you have to drag it to get it there. And I'm kind of doing that, with these blisters and stuff. But I'm persevering, Zoe. And anyway, I'm making good time today. As you can guess by me wearing the big yellow jacket, that it's been raining, which is not happy news, but it is, it's not hot or nothing. So anyway, I'll check in again later. I'm still trudging past tons and tons of cornfield. They look pretty in green, but they go on for miles. I never did this morning finish and say what Zoe's saying was. Hers was, perseverance is putting one foot in front of the other, even if you have to drag it to get it there. And I'm kind of doing that, with these blisters and stuff. But I'm persevering, Zoe. And anyway, I'm making good time today. As you can guess by me wearing the big yellow jacket, that it's been raining, which is not happy news. But it is, it's not hot or nothing. So anyway, I'll check in again later. Okay, it was a rough day today. I'm not going to tell you I didn't get down some today. It's hard to stay up every day when it rains and stuff. And I got 3 big rainstorms. And I just couldn't stay another night in a tent with the rain. It was supposed to rain all night, and it looked pretty bad. The time I almost was into Columbus, that sheriff felt sorry for me and gave me a ride in the back of his car on into Columbus. I got close. I was real close to Columbus, but it was just, I was limping along there. My feet were killing me. My feet were wet again. And yeah, Zoe, I drug and put one foot in the other in front of the other until the cop picked me up and took me to my hotel. That's sad when the sheriff feels so sorry for you that he gives you a ride to your hotel. I'm gonna see what tomorrow brings, and hopefully it'll be a better day.